Yes, basketball is a game of raw athleticism, but it's also a game of fluidity, of timing, of coordination. For a lot of us, especially me when I was younger, a lot of players that I work with, coordination can be something that's a little bit tough for us. Being able to pick up new movements, being able to time new movements perfectly. And this is something that we can train. A lot of it is just challenging that coordination, building what we call our movement literacy. So just adding new movements into our toolbox. So if you're an uncoordinated hooper, I truly believe this workout can help you a lot. If it's all easy for you, well, you beat this one. Hopefully I can challenge you one on the next version of this when I'll take it up a notch. Let's get to it. So the first set of movements here is just gonna be kind of a skip warm up with the ball. Now, for a lot of these ones, I'm not gonna give you much coaching. What I want you to do is see these, try to imitate them, try to break down the movements yourself, and then apply them onto the court. Try to get them down yourself. A lot of what coordination is being able to see something and apply it yourself without me coaching you through it too much. So again, I may give a few tips here and there, but for the most part, I want you trying to pick these up yourself. First one here is just gonna be an alternating pogo with that ball timed up perfectly as we hit the ground. So it'll look like this. You can also add in a crossover to look like this. But whatever I do, notice how I'm timing up the ball to hit as soon as my feet hit the ground. Second one here is gonna be a gallop, so I'm skipping only off of 1 foot here. And again, I'm timing up that dribble to work with that movement. Then last one here, I'm going backwards. If I have it in my left, I'm going up with the left, and then kind of a circle or around with the right, so it'll look like this. Second one here, this is gonna be kind of ball handling without dribbling the ball, so be a little bit weird, but it's definitely a coordination challenge, even for myself, so I'll try to show you guys here. So I'm starting in the outside hand here as I'm spinning, going around the back, and then kind of snatching that. You can do that back between that leg, behind the back, whatever. All right, once you get here, you're switching hands, and then straight into the next one here. All right, so again, just kind of building the coordination, adding movements, adding these difficult techniques into your bag, into your brain. Oh! Ah, shit. So for this next one here, it's gonna be based on the timing of our dribble. So what we're doing is 1 dribble where it's hitting at the same time as our feet, so it's perfectly timed up, kind of the foot and the ball. And then the next dribble will be the opposite of this. So it's either gonna be after or before the foot hits the ground, or the feet hit the ground, there we go. So it'll look like this. Timed up early, timed up late, timed up early, timed up late, timed up late, timed up early. Next one here is a pivot freestyle, so I'm almost acting like I have the ball picked up and I'm pivoting however I want to, with 1 foot anchored on the ground, but I'm dribbling. I can't do the same move twice in a row, and I'm just getting creative with how I turn, how I dribble, etc. Now moving on, the next 3 are gonna be progressions of just certain movement patterns that may be a little bit tough. First one here is gonna be us getting into some type of cross step, all right? But we're gonna start off with something a little bit more basic, just a double behind the background, 1, 2, and then stepping across to accelerate forward. Now from there, once I get to this point where I'm stepping across, thinking about driving in that curved line downhill, I'm pulling it back and then right into the next 2 cross back from that cross step. Last one here out of that, same thing, but once I finish that, I'm getting either into a wrap or a spin as fast as I can. Next one here, all these are going to be off of misdirections. So let's say I'm dribbling to my right, that means I'm going to my left. The first one would be simple. I'm just kind of cycling through that with any moves I want. Second one here, I'm getting into that misdirection, then slowing myself down, then from there getting back into it. So now I'm adding in a change of speed. Last one here, I'm getting into the misdirection here, and then I'm kind of crossing that foot over. From here, I'm 1, 2, right back to the other side. Much easier to see it than for me to explain. Last movement pattern series here, everything is going to be out of an in and out wrap, but as I do that, I'm turning myself 90 degrees to kind of face, for me, be the baselines. If you're going this way, probably the sidelines, and look like this to start. Next one, you're going to be spinning out of that, so it'll look like this, kind of in slow motion. Turning myself out of this pound, I'm spinning, and then straight into that in and out. This one will be a little bit tough. Maybe not, I know it'll be tough for me. Last one here, getting into the same thing. From here, I'm exploding with another behind the back that's turning me open, so the opposite way of the last one. So last one here is just going to be an eyes closed freestyle. Now, this isn't to make sure that you're not looking at the ball. It's probably an added benefit. The main thing here is that when we close our eyes, we don't have as much awareness of our surroundings. One of our inputs, just to kind of feel out our environment, is taken away. So it's going to be tougher for us to maintain our coordination, maintain our balance during these movements, whatever we're doing. So you have full freedom here just to kind of dribble in whatever ways you want, move in whatever ways you want. I would suggest really trying to challenge yourself. Maybe new movements, some of the stuff we've done today. Maybe try some things that have been tough for you in the past. When you do this in an eyes closed environment, it makes it even tougher. So when you do open your eyes, when you do have the vision input to be able to kind of sense out the environment, it's even easier for you. So it'll look like this. Now, if you want to make this even tougher, you can do a couple things. Number one, you can move a little bit. Obviously, in a bigger space, you don't run into anything. Number two, you can turn some music or a metronome on and have to dribble to the beat. That way, you have to be super coordinated, rhythmic. You have to have perfect timing to be able to dribble in alignment with that metronome or with that beat. And then lastly, you can go with audio cues. So if you want to have a partner doing this, if you want to have the audio cues on our Virtual Academy app doing this, it can say slow, it can say fast, it can say start, go, it can say the amount of moves that you're gonna do. You can get really creative with this as well, just to add in some more difficulty. So I'd suggest going through this workout with the amount of reps created by you. Again, it's tough for me to tell each and every one of you guys how many reps you should do on this one, on this one, on this drill, on that drill, because some drills may be easier for some people, they may be more difficult for other ones. So what I would try to do is pick these things up until you have them down. If that takes 2 minutes, if that takes just a few reps to get it down, perfect, amazing. You don't have to do any more than that. If things are a little bit more difficult and you got to go on for 20 minutes to get something down, perfect. Really dive into that one a little bit more. So I don't want to give you guys preset reps. To me, that would kind of take away the point of this workout. But if you need any advice, let me know. I got you guys. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to stay tuned and follow me on Instagram at By Any Means Basketball for a lot more like this. And check out our Virtual Academy app as well, where we train like this every single day.